No, more castor oil.
More castor oil.
Yeah. The red stuff.
I was wondering what that red stuff was.
Castor oil that lubricates the engine. It also could lubricate you too.
Hey, Kip, where's the wrench for the gas tank?
What?
The wrench?
I just you took it out by hand. It's only hand tight. Okay, he's a wimp. Gotta crank it.
So right now we're filling up tanks. We're gonna add more castor oil, and Nathaniel and Gabe are adding fuel.
So there was a saying back in the day that when pilots would come back after flying a World War I plane, they would debrief.
Aha.
Aha. So there was an alternative meaning to debrief. If you catch my drift.
But in actuality, it's a wives' tale because it doesn't really happen because you don't breathe in castor oil.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the cowl that all goes down below.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go check on Nathaniel and Gabe. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? What are you up to right now?
Currently filling fuel in the 60-gallon tank.
60 gallons. That's not a lot.
No,
of
actually,
fuel.
it's 40. Pardon me.
Oh, it's even less. It's not very lot. Is that standard for a Sopwith?
For the Sopwith Strutter, yeah. For the single seaters like the Pup, Camel, and Triplane, they got a 60-gallon tank because there wasn't a second passenger right there.
So they put the larger fuel tank. Because the space required.
Space, yeah.
For 20 extra gallons.
So, burns about 15 gallons an hour, so it's 3 hours of range or so at 100-mile cruising.
All right.
Better than a Hummer.
It is better than a Hummer.
Better than a Hummer.
Better than a Hummer.
It's better than a Hummer.
Better than a Hummer.
Better than a Hummer.
The pilot sits in front of the fuel tank, and the fuel tank is pressurized with air. That's how there's no actual fuel pump. It's just pressurized tank which pushes gas into the engine.
Okay.
So the pilot has to maintain air pressure in the tank. So that also meant that if a bullet ever went through the tank, you had a pressurized tank that would just spray gas everywhere
Uh-oh.
as it was depressurizing.
That seems pretty dangerous.
Well, that was fine.
Hey Nathaniel, I hear a lot of noise coming from over here. What is it that you're working on?
Getting my arm workout for today. How does it look like I'm doing? I'm pressurizing the fuel tank. So currently we have a hand pump that has to be pumped to build up about 2.5 pounds of pressure in the fuel tank, and that's what actually delivers fuel to the engine, that pressure. So in flight, you not only have to worry about flying, but also maintaining your 2.5 pounds of pressure in the 40-gallon tank. It's a lot of pressure to pump up with by hand.
So this is the hand pump for the Sopwith Strutter. We have our valve system. So eventually we might have a Rotherham style pump that is going to be basically spun by a small propeller that'll take air from the prop and pressurize the tank that way. So if you wanted to use that, you would switch it up to air. We currently have it on off, and if we turn it to hand, we could start using this hand pump down here. And then we have, this is our pressure gauge with our mark at 2 pounds. So we're just about there. We'll turn it to hand. Start pumping away. We can see the boost gauge coming up and down. So, and that should be just fine. So there, and that's it.
That's it.
You're gassed up, pressurized, and ready to go.
So now a tricky question. Once you're done with that, how do you get in and out of the aircraft? If the frame is made from linen that's been doped, how do you get out of the aircraft?
So the floor is not structural in this. It is just so you can rest your feet on. It's only about like 1/4-inch plywood. But these cabane struts and then these wing half struts are actually structural. So I can use those to support the majority of my weight. And that's what you got to do. So you got to grab up here, pull yourself up,
putting most of my weight into my arm. I'm going to grab this other one, get my arm out, and then I got to step on bar that runs right along there.
First hand signal. Socks are out, hands on the knee. Clear.
Woo! Oh, that was beautiful!
Much better than last time.
Yeah, there he is.
It's flying pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
He's staying up. I think he's going to do another lap.
All right, kid.
Where is he? There he is. Nice moonshot.
Yeah. He's gonna come take her land this way.
That was magnificent.
Come on, put the tail down.
Ah. I'm on the ground. I kept having, you know, I was just holding my breath, but he got off so much earlier. That was awesome. But the engine makes, you know, depending what's in the way of the echo, you know, it sounds.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's cutting out, but it's the echo getting.
Oh, I
you
thought
know,
that was him blipping the engine.
Well, down there, yes, but not flying around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to blip the engine flying.
No.
It was great.
That was a lot easier than the first flight.
Oh, I mean, it took off like right about here.
All it needed was a little back on the trim wheel.
Works good.
Works good. That's all it took.
Yeah.
So are you like exhilarated? How do you feel?
Yeah, the controls are much better. It gets off the ground. The trim felt right. I was able to keep it straight down the runway and
Yeah.
take off. And I was off by about here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was totally
Yes.
clear and
Oh yeah, you were off way, yeah, like about right here.
Yeah.
that was awesome. It
Whew.
felt good. Felt good in the air.
Felt
kinda
good.
coming
Yeah,
back and forth.
I even had the was able to look down. And I was taking off about 50 miles an hour, 50 knots.
Uh-huh.
And on the when I was going straight around the pattern, after I'd circled around that, I was doing about 82 plus knots, 82, 84 knots.
Nice.
Oh,
So we
nice.
saw you do a loop over
Well, I was
there.
just practicing control operate, you know, on both sides.
It feels good coming back and forth and
It was
everything.
good back and forth. Everything was very contrograpable.
Felt stable and like
Rudder
a
was
like
good,
a plane.
everything was stable.
Cool.
It's good.
It's better than a lot of modern planes I fly. There you go.